Well, we all know that abortion changes you, no matter who you are, a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, or a friend. We don't often get to hear from those whose lives are changed the most by abortion. Their voices are silenced in the womb. Tonight, we are honored to have with us a woman whose voice would have been silenced had it not been for a miracle. Today, she uses her voice to share her story around the world through media interviews, testimonies before lawmakers, talks at events like this one this evening, and even through song. Even her very presence here this evening, tonight with us, is powerful, if not the most powerful argument against those who would say abortion is simply a woman's rightful choice. Tonight, to share her story, I invite you to welcome our keynote speaker this evening, Gianna Jessen.
Hello. How are you? I've been on quite an adventure, people, to get here today. I am here by the grace of God, and I have the gift of cerebral palsy, as you may have been able to detect as I was walking up here, but I have to tell you that just a year ago, last fall, as I was traveling about, I had an equilibrium issue, and I suddenly went from 32 years of being able to function and walk in the way that I do to hardly being able to keep balance at all, to be able to walk through airports anymore. And since that time, we've worked very, very hard. And so for me to be able to walk up here without assistance is indeed a gift from God. So I don't know where the sound man is. I think he might be over there, but and the light person, if we could maybe turn down the blazing lights just a wee bit less blinding. And then if I could get some vocal, quite a bit of vocal in the monitor, that would be a lovely thing as well. Thank you, sir or ma'am. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I was born in Los Angeles, California. It's not really my vibe there, so I just moved on. And I have the gift of cerebral palsy because I survived an abortion, as you have heard, and it was fascinating. The other day I was being interviewed by a man named Dexter, who I will meet next week, or the next 2 weeks, in Phoenix, Arizona. And he was telling me that he was a reporter at a trial in 1978 where an abortionist was caught strangling a baby who had survived an abortion, and it was a horrific thing. And that baby was born on March the 2nd and died. And I was born April the 6th. And he said that they brought me in because the defense was saying that this is impossible. This is absolutely impossible that a child could survive such an abortion, a saline abortion. And he was saying, and there you were. 1 year later, they brought you in as an expert witness. And I would would love to have a little meeting of all the people that took care of me then, all the lovely people that I don't even know, the nurse that called the ambulance. And there was a doctor that came up to me at an event very quietly, didn't let anyone else know, and said, "Where were you born? And what hospital were you taken to? And how much did you weigh?" And I told him all of the things. And he said, "I think I may have taken care of you." And I said, "Oh, thank you! Oh my gosh!" I am very enthusiastic. But anyway, let me just back up so you all aren't so confused. I am now a glorious 32. I worried about turning 30 since I was 20. When I turned 30, I grew out my hair, dyed it this color, and started wearing this Russian red lipstick, and I have never looked back. I absolutely, for all the girls in your 20s that are freaking out of thinking 30 is old, I am telling you, I love being alive, and I love being in my 30s. And I think that no matter how old we are as women, we need to just shine right where we are. Why try to be 21 when you're not 21? Be 31, 41, 61, 91, and shine. Anyway, I digress. I'm kind of ADD. I don't talk like A, B, C. That's just not me. But anyway, I am adopted, and my biological parents were 17 years old. My biological mother was 7.5 months pregnant when she went to a Planned Parenthood in Southern California, and they advised her to go have a late-term saline abortion. A saline abortion is a saline salt solution that is injected into the mother's womb. The baby gulps that solution, it burns the baby inside and out, then she is to deliver a dead baby within 24 hours. I explain this for 2 reasons. 1, I survived this very procedure, and 2, there are so many Americans that have no idea what we are allowing in our land. So many that won't listen to the details because they don't want to know. I should be blind, I should be burned, I should be obviously dead, and yet hello, here I am. And you know, lately I heard a great sermon, and the preacher was talking about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And he said, have you ever noticed that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they were thrown in the fire, they were bound? But the fire didn't harm them, and when they came out of the fire, they were no longer bound. And I think very often about how I was in a fire for 18 hours, being burned alive in my mother's womb, and if I know Jesus like I think I know him, I know that he was talking to me. And I bet the conversation went something like this. All right, girl, I am with you. You are in my hand. You are carved in the palm of my hand. They are not going to get you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. This fire will not harm you. I will go with you. I will be with you until the end of the age. Now, in my particular life, it's a very unconventional life, and I speak to all different kinds of groups of people. And sometimes I get lectured on just kind of tell your story, but leave Jesus out of it. Just tell your story. And then I get lectured about, just talk all about Jesus, but don't say anything about politics. But you know what? I didn't survive an abortion so that I could appease everyone.